Hi, welcome back to the Waiting for Ascension podcast. I'm your co-host, Michael Dean. This is your co-host,
Also Michael Dean.
Gavin Burleson.
No, it's not.
Today we're here with a very special guest, Blake Major.
What's up, Blake?
On YouTube, Call commented, loved it. Thanks, Call. All right, let's get in.
So there we go. We're gonna do this now. All right. So what's up, Blake? Good to see you again, man.
Hey.
There we go.
What's up, Blake? It's nice to meet you.
Yeah,
Hey.
Michael doesn't know Blake.
I'm only hanging out with you once.
Shut up. Twice.
Oh yeah, twice.
The bowling alley,
Yeah.
which you tried to do. We're gonna find. Or you're gonna send me those videos.
I will.
Yeah. We were hanging out, and then he was like, somebody said do the worm. So I was like, oh, okay. Did the worm.
Yeah,
No,
you
I said
told-
if
I
you do
think
the
you-
worm, then I'll try to do it.
Yeah.
I think you told me about that when we went to the bowling alley and got burgers. And
No, that was before.
That was before? Okay.
Yeah, he tried to do the worm, and we're gonna find those videos so y'all guys can see.
oh my
But
god,
it's embarrassing on every end. So Blake,
is
you're
this tap water?
it's filtered. It's
Oh,
filtered
okay.
tap water.
I can tell though. It tastes good. I like tap water.
Yeah.
I don't like filtered water.
We didn't like mom like the filters on the fridge cost too much and ran out too often. So mom was like,
Well, no, because like I won't drink fridge water. Like in my house, like we have fridge
Why
water,
not?
and I won't drink it. I always have
Why?
to, because I grew up like I would wake up and just go to the bathroom and just get water out the sink, and that's just what I do.
not Muskogee water, dude.
Yeah, like, I
not
don't-
Muskogee water.
I usually freeze my water
It's not like it's LA water.
You're right.
or
Like,
Flint.
It's not like someone poisoned it.
At my
right?
dad's house, our well is like literally a well down in a spring. So like you're just drinking
Oh, that's
like
the
spring
best
water.
water.
It's not bad actually. It has like a minerally taste to it. So
Yeah,
it's kind of
that's great.
kind of what's
No,
up.
Toilet water, where's that? Like,
He's like, for my 5 years in the pen,
yeah.
toilet wine.
I want to talk about something.
Oh, what you want to talk about?
So I went through kind of a crisis this week.
Oh.
Where
Oh.
so my principal texted me and was like, "Hey, what name do you want on your diploma?" And then like that question was like, "Oh my God, my high school life is ending," and I had a mental breakdown and shaved my face and was going to cut my hair and was going to cut my hair like I had it in the 7th grade. Thank God I didn't cut my hair. My facial hair will grow back. But I also
It's gonna take way too long to grow your hair out.
yeah, I now well it was gonna be like the bangs, like you remember the
Yeah,
bangs.
yeah, I know.
Yeah, okay. But
The
anyways,
terrible Michael look of
yes.
7th grade.
Oh my God, it was horrible. But whatever. Anyways, the whole thing was I found this like new hair product stuff that has like shampoo, conditioner, and then like a castor oil like
Yeah, I know what
thickening
you're talking
thing.
about.
And I started using it, and like you see my hair now, I put almost very little product in it, and it's just naturally like flowing. And I've never been this happy in my life.
dude, water in a comb. Just one.
Well, see, like
Dude,
I'm like so because I want to grow my hair out more. Like I want to have Jesus hair.
You wanna have Jesus hair?
I want to have Jesus
Are
hair.
we talking about 7th grade Jesus?
Dude, those are the days.
I feel like I need to see. A
I didn't
picture
know
of
him.
this.
We'll show you later, but he used to have his hair extremely. His senior picture is him with the craziest beard and his crazy hair.
Oh
And he
God.
looks just like a hobo.
Smelled like one too.
But I can like no, I can grow out the
wouldn't doubt it.
best
Mr.
like
I don't
facial
feel
hair.
the need.
And I'm ordering this next week. I'm gonna order it's like a beard shampoo, beard conditioner, beard balm, and then I already have the beard oil.
So you're just getting all the beard products.
Yeah, no, like so I
See,
tallied
but
up
where's
like
the-
everything I buy between like my body wash and like I have like a scent booster for my clothes. And, like in between all that, it's like $100
What
like
the heck?
$35. But it's like I only buy like I need shampoo this week, so I'll spend like $10 this week.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's not like I'm just buying like
Just
100.
in bulk.
Yeah, but like yeah,
You
I
probably
was kind
should
of like
just buy it in bulk and then you're
Here's
good.
my conditioner closet, just full of products.
honestly no like
Dude, I used to
no,
have
like,
that
literally that's
basket
what
right
it's
there.
like.
Probably still is. Let me see. Okay, so it's not anymore.
So we're not recording in the van this week, by the way. We're recording in Gavin's room because I forgot to clean out the van.
Plus, it's very hot.
Yeah, it gets hot in there.
It's very hot.
And there's too much gas to let it idle for an hour and a half.
That guy just cost a crap ton.
Gas still isn't cheap. Like, it's cheaper than it was,
Well,
but it's still expensive.
It's going back up now that people are coming out.
I know, it
So
sucks.
at this point in the podcast in life, quarantine is like kind of ended. You know, stores, lobbies, they're all opening back up. And
Everyone has to wear face masks, though, like all the
and-
workers. And
until
whatnot.
we hit that second wave.
We
Which is
probably
inevitable.
will.
It's-
yeah,
it's going
they're-
to.
we're gonna hit another wave. There's no way
there's-
we're gonna like
There's no way we
avoid
aren't.
that. Yeah.
All right. So, anyways, Blake is a
Hold on, real quick before we get into that. You had a story.
Oh, we'll talk about the story
I
after.
wanna hear that later.
The story after.
Yeah, we're
Okay.
gonna talk.
Yeah.
We're gonna go.
Okay.
We're gonna interview first, and then.
Okay, bet.
See, y'all guys, as much as y'all give me feedback about the podcast, y'all don't give us topics to talk about. So this week, let's try and comment some topics. Let's try and hit me and Michael up about some topics. So next week we can talk about what y'all want
Next
to
week,
hear.
I want to talk about conspiracy theories because I had someone bring that up to
We
me
got
and
that.
was like, I want to hear a podcast about you
About
guys going
conspiracies?
through conspiracies.
I got a couple that we can talk about.
Yeah, but I want
And
to
then you
like,
got
yeah,
some.
for sure.
I know
sure.
you have some.
Yeah, I'm
You
a
crazy
freak.
kook.
I'm insane clinically. I need help.
He said, Eminem was bad. So Blake is a YouTuber. He is an admin in a huge Facebook group at this point. It's Everything Horror.
Yeah, everything horror. My buddy Devin Heaton of Heaton's House of Horror on YouTube. He started about a month ago, and we got like 600 people.
It's
and-
blown up over the past month.
Oh yeah, we
mean,
got
I get notifications every day, like every hour. Just
What's the YouTube channel called again?
the
everything.
theAWESOManiac.
No, your buddies.
It's
Heaton's House
Teens
of
House of
Horror.
Horror.
yeah, and then the Facebook. I'll send you and
Yeah, everything horror. We got quite a few famous people from the horror community in that group, including some of the actors from some of the movies, and some of the fans that have been like making like these fan films that like big on YouTube, and they're quite good.
You got that one dude who was in the deputy in one of the Friday the 13th
Yes,
movies?
from Friday
Really?
the 13th Part
What's
6.
his name?
Vinny Guastafaro.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know how to pronounce
Guastafaro.
that. Ever.
He played one of the deputies, the deputy in
The
Friday the
main-
13th Part 6. And I reached out to him whenever I was doing my Friday the 13th Part 6 review, and he did a little video with me.
Okay,
cool.
yeah, and part 6 is the one where
Jason Lives, where he gets brought back as a zombie.
because 5 it was the crazy guy.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
was
Michael,
the-
you're real big on the.
Oh yeah, so I'm a huge Friday the 13th fan.
Like,
Oh,
like
that's
I was telling Blake a minute ago, like I didn't get to get raised on that because my mom tried to like
So
shield
like
us from
I
that kind of
kid
stuff.
you not, last night I was gonna binge watch all your reviews of Friday the 14th, but like I passed out, and so like I took like an energy shot today so I can binge watch them all night because I'm so intrigued to hear what you have to say about them because like I'm a
Oh,
huge
yeah.
Well, he's
horror
got a
fan.
bunch to say. I'll tell you
Oh, especially for Part 8 when he goes to
that,
Manhattan.
dude.
Oh
Trust
yeah.
me. Watch.
So have you done one over Jason X yet?
That is my next one.
Next one, okay, yeah. Because I saw where you did one of Jason Goes to Hell.
Yeah. Jason X. I'm not going
I'm
to be
left
doing
out over
Freddy
there.
vs. Jason until I'm done with the Nightmare on Elm Street series.
Okay.
So after
See, that's
Jason
what I
X,
grew. That's what I
after,
grew up
okay,
watching.
after Jason X, I'm going to do the reboot, and then I'll do the Nightmares. Well,
I
I'm going to take a little
haven't,
break after that. I'll do singular films, like I'll do like Return of the Living Dead and a few of those for like a couple months. Then I'll start on the Nightmare on Elm Street series.
Yeah, so I haven't seen all the Nightmare on Elm Street movies. I own all of them in the Freddy vs. Jason one as well.
On disc?
Yeah.
in
Or
the
like
new,
on-
on disc.
Okay, I was
And
about to
the
say
new
if
Wes
on
Craven
digital, like
ones.
hit somebody up with the info.
And so like I'm just gonna like to have to binge watch them. I've seen like the first 3, I think. And so I'm just gonna have to binge watch them because I bought them and then I let a buddy of mine borrow them and he had them for like 6 months.
Just never
Actually,
and
yeah,
he just
Nightmare-
recently gave back to me. So
A Nightmare on Elm Street was the topic of the first episode of my stream I do on my channel, along with a few other guys we're called the Stream Warriors,
Okay.
after the Dawkins song Dream Warriors.
wasn't.
Oh, nice.
That's
Wasn't
actually-
Severin in a couple of those?
No,
No.
we
I've
only had
seen-
one
was
cell
on
okay,
phone.
some.
I've seen that Nightmare
He was on
on Elm
some
Street
with
movie.
you.
I think that was the last one I saw.
I think
Dream Wars.
we
Wasn't
was
that
all
the
talking
third?
about like Arrow and.
Oh, that
Oh,
was
the Arrowverse.
yeah.
I left that. I was heavy into it until like the 7th
Yeah, you
season
were
of
real
Arrow.
into it because.
Yeah, okay, so I got out of it whenever they started doing the flash forwards.
Oh yeah.
Because I was like,
That's
this is
season
freaking stupid. Like, now I know how it ends. Like, like,
7. Well, we don't know anything after Crisis on Infinite Earths, the latest crossover they had.
yeah.
Really shook everything up. Everybody's on one Earth now. Like,
Oh, really?
Really.
Oh, shoot.
kinda
Okay.
Supergirl, Black
There's
Lightning.
no way I'm going to get back into it, but I'm cool now that... Wait, is iZombie in it now?
No.
Or did they cancel that yet?
I think
feel like
iZombie
they
I
was
think I
gone.
canceled.
They got canceled.
Yeah.
I figured they
I
would.
used to watch that.
Because I was like, this kind of sucks. And
The
then
Lucifer's part of it.
Really?
Yeah,
during
Michael is
Crisis
big
on
into
Infinite
Lucifer.
Earths.
Okay, I am
They
big on
went.
Lucifer.
They went to Earth 666 and they met Tom Ellis.
Oh my
Lucifer.
god. Okay, I'm gonna have to watch that crossover. Just
See,
that crossover.
Oh, yeah.
Lucifer was one of my ex's like favorite shows, so I just refused to watch it. But I keep on hearing so much good feedback
Dude,
about it.
I
that's
have
good.
the first 2 seasons on disc. I'll give
I'm
them to you.
I'm not gonna watch it.
Bro, come
I'm
on.
not gonna. I can't for me. It's just too much emotion that comes along with it. But I keep hearing about how amazing it is.
Just-
It's pretty good.
Take pills that make you emotionless. Just take some antidepressants and watch it, Gavin.
Just take your old ADHD medicine. Be a zombie.
Exactly.
Dude, okay. Like, what do you think about Amityville Horror? And I butchered
Amityville
saying
Horror.
that. Yeah.
So I haven't seen that yet, but it's on Netflix now, so I'm gonna have to watch it.
Not just that particular movie, the whole
The whole
series
story
wise.
of it?
No,
Or-
the whole series wise.
I've only
have you
seen
gone
the
through 'em?
first one,
'Cause
and
I know-
I saw the remake of it.
I know a
Dude,
lot about.
Actually, no,
the-
I've seen the other ones. I don't
so
quite
many
like
of
them.
So
them.
I know a lot
know.
about the story itself, but I haven't watched many films on it.
There's a couple different versions. My particular favorite, I think it's like 87. It's 1987. I'm not too sure. I have it.
I watched a movie recently called An American Crime.
American Crime.
It was based on a true story. It's not a horror movie, but it is kind of freaky. And like I remember watching that, and I was like, oh my god! Like it was about like these two girls that their parents worked at a circus, and so they left her with like this lady from the church, and she like ended up like abusing this chick. Like she would let people come over and just like molest and rape her, and like they would literally have boys over from the neighborhood that would just
She let
punch
them
her.
come over and do it?
Yeah, she just locked her in the basement.
No, just the way you worded that.
No.
She let them come do it. I was like, what?
Yeah, like she would just
Sounds-
let them come over and just like beat the
Well,
crap
I guess
out
at
of
a
her for
certain
no
point,
reason.
you
And
can't
then
really.
and then she died, and everyone like got arrested and stuff. It was crazy. Like it's based off true story. Like that
Have
actually
you heard
happened.
of Mystic River?
No.
Okay,
No.
that's a good one. I'm
I'm
surprised you haven't heard of that.
Not Mystic River. No.
I can't remember all the big names that are in it, but basically these group of boys got molested down in a basement when they were young, and it's just about them growing up now.
Dang.
And I'm pretty sure that they're trying to take down one of the dudes who molested them. But
That's crazy.
it's a whole crazy. It's like I really like the movie.
So
So
movie. I Spit on Your Grave. Have you guys
Oh,
ever heard of that
I
one?
have seen
I
that
haven't
around.
heard
That is
the page.
That is a really messed up one. It's
Also,
from,
we're gonna link everything you want and the Facebook page in the
Yeah.
description. So y'all guys go check that out.
Yes,
For sure.
Join Everything Horror. I'm one of the admins there, and my buddy runs it.
I subscribe to the YouTube channel.
YouTube.
Everybody.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Yeah, do that too. Subscribe.
So how did you get into horror? What was it about like horror that enticed you? Because I know what it was like for me. Like what was it for horror that like enticed you that you like got into horror movies?
Story time.
Super heavy.
So, back in 2003, Freddy vs. Jason had come out in August of that year,
Okay.
and I just turned 4
heard
the
this one,
month after. So, my parents took me to go see Freddy vs. Jason in theaters. And that was my first exposure to Freddy. It was my first exposure to Jason. My first exposure to horror movies. I fell in love. Just like that movie didn't take itself as seriously as some of the earlier ones did,
Mhm.
which I could see why. Because at that point in the series, he'd already been to space.
Yeah. I feel like after Jason Goes to Hell, they were just kind of like, no one's gonna take it seriously, so let's just have fun with it.
I'd say that with Jason Goes to Hell. I just did my review on that. I actually liked that one.
What about the? I enjoy it too. Like I don't think I've seen any of the movies I haven't enjoyed.
I enjoy it by
I fell
itself.
asleep between Jason X. I fell asleep. With
I've
Jason
only
X first time watching
seen
that, but
a few of the Jasons. I've seen all the Nightmare on Elm
how do you feel about the
Streets,
show?
few of the
How I
Halloweens.
feel about the show?
The Friday 13th show. I haven't seen any
Wait,
of
what?
that.
There was a show.
like a
TV
mini
show?
series. I think it was like what 2 or 3
Oh, okay. I
seasons.
thought you meant like
It was like 2 seasons. It was it had nothing to do with the Friday 13th series.
It was like set in the town or
yeah,
whatever.
no, it was more just an anthology series.
Oh, okay.
It had nothing to do with the series at all.
kind of like a Riverdale thing, like
Uh,
just like no actual.
Tales of the Crypt.
Okay.
And Tales of the Crypt actually replaced that show, I think, on the
Okay.
air. But it was kind of like that. It was different. Every single episode was a different thing. Had nothing to do with Jason, Crystal Lake,
Yeah.
none of the Voorhees or anything like that.
That's kind of weird that they're gonna Friday the 13th, but they don't.
They did it for
actually-
the name.
Yeah, well, it's
Yeah.
kind of like how Halloween. I think it was Halloween 3.
Yeah.
Was like it had nothing to do with Michael Myers because at that time the people approached the director and was like, "Hey, what if we just did like different style horror movies but just called it Halloween?"
That was originally what John Carpenter wanted to do for the Halloween 2.
Yeah.
He didn't want to go back to the Michael Myers story. He felt that it was told, and he wanted to do an anthology series. So
Yeah.
he settled
How did you
contract-wise
feel?
for writing it.
How did you feel about the remake of Halloween where they were like, "All right, everything that happened after Halloween 2 didn't happen."
Oh, that was talking about the reboot from
Yeah.
a few years ago.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I quite like that because
I did
like it's
too.
just a
It was
lot
like
of
2017,
Yeah.
the newest one.
It was 2018.
It was
a
so
lot
good.
of baggage from the series. You had like Busta Rhymes doing
Yeah.
kung fu and kicking them. It was like a reality series. You had the whole
Oh my
cult
God.
of Thorn aspect, which like he's killing because of this cult put a curse on him or whatever.
But I mean,
And
that's a bold move to be like, yeah, all these movies never happened. Like, but I think they had to. It was.
I think it was the
great.
best way to do it.
Oh yeah,
And
I don't think they should make another one. But
they've already filmed 2 of them back to back.
are you serious?
Speaking of making
It's-
Halloween movies.
Speaking of making Halloween movies,
Yeah.
Speaking
I-
of that,
we me and Gavin, I just brought him onto it just like
Well,
a
that-
month or two ago. But I've already announced this. I'm making a Halloween fan film. I already have a cast. I got everything. I'm just waiting for this quarantine shit to be over so we can actually film. We have everything ready. We're ready to film.
Yeah, we're ready. I'm ready to go right now. I'll bust out.
Gavin is playing our male lead, other than Michael Myers himself, which is being played by our boy
Seven
Sevo.
Kingery.
Oh, okay, so Severn's playing Michael. I was wondering because I know you said Severn was going to be in.
Severn's
Severn-
playing Michael.
Severn is
Lit.
pitch
Which is-
perfect as Michael Myers. He has everything done. He has the walk. He has the head tilt. He has. It really
Like,
surprised
Me
me.
and Severn have been doing FaceTimes going through like my parts in the script, and he just cracks me up because like that scene where I'm sitting across from him. Oh,
There's a talking scene.
well, I'm basically I'm talking to him inside the penitentiary, right?
Yeah.
And he just stares at me, and I'm talking to him. He doesn't like say anything, just stares. And like we went through that with him on the FaceTime, and he did really good with that. Like he kept his composure. He just.
Which is exactly what I want from him. You better fucking pull that
so
out.
are
when
you
He
I'm
better
filming
do it on.
Are we going to
site.
see Severn's face?
Partially.
from different angles and views, but never full on.
So
Okay,
kind of like
okay,
in,
cool,
within
cool.
the
How they
within
did
the
it in
Halloween.
how
Good,
they
good,
did in
yeah.
the most
right
recent,
eye or like cheek, just never the.
but never full face. Now
Awesome.
I feel if you
Dude, I'm
give
so
him-
excited for this.
I
like-
feel if you give him a face, then it's not-
Yeah, or like if
it
he-
takes away
yeah,
from his mystique.
For sure, for sure.
Is
I
Severn
agree.
gonna have his facial hair during this?
Yes,
Okay, so we're giving.
Yeah, you
Michael
think they're gonna
facial
give him
hair.
razors, dude? He's in a penitentiary.
You're
Yeah,
right.
see?
You're right.
Come on, Gavin, think.
My bad. My bad.
You see what you
I'm
do with the
hoping
kitchen
for a
knife.
Halloween release this year. I feel like that's a manageable goal for us to shoot because
I definitely think that we could do that.
I'm doing the everything technical wise. I'm editing it. I'm doing like sound design. I'm doing other than the actual effects themselves, which our female lead Ashlyn Burris is actually doing the makeup for that as well as being the female part of the lead of the movie.
So I got a question because I want to know more about like from the director's standpoint.
Mhm.
So how long do you think it will take to film the entirety of it?
Well, they filmed the original Halloween in 21 days, so I'm hoping for something close to that.
Okay, it's 21 days.
I think
How
we could pull it
long
off
is
in a
the
month.
film, like, if you can say, like, how long do you think the film is roughly going to be?
I think it's roughly going to be about 40 minutes.
So that's crazy. It's like 21 days of filming for a 40. Like, that's so, like, because a lot of people don't realize how much
think it's
work
manageable.
goes
I
under.
think it's
Yeah, it's manageable. I just think, like, a lot of people don't understand how much work goes into making
I think-
films. But that just really, like, goes to show you, like, it can take upwards to a month.
Yeah.
For, like a 40-minute film. Like, there's a lot of work that goes into
I
it.
think
Yeah.
a lot of strain would be on location and being
Yeah,
able
yeah.
to actually get in and film. I think that might be like the biggest problem with him because I'm down.
Because
to
I mean
spend
that's not
all
even
day
that's
filming.
not even the editing and like you said the sound design,
Yeah.
the script writing, finding
We got the
actors. Yeah,
I
I'm
read
just saying
that-
like
I
there's
read that
so
a
much
lot.
work that goes into it.
I finished the script like last year. We actually filmed some stuff last year, but I have to refilm it because I have a new lead.
Hello,
Okay.
I'm Gavin. Everybody.
So if you don't mind me asking,
I'm actually probably going to show you some of the stuff that we did film later.
All right, so I can get some reference.
so if you don't mind me asking, why the change in actors?
Well, lack of options.
Okay.
I mean, not on Gavin's part.
Dang,
I mean,
man. Well, no, so you said you
originally-
had someone else.
yeah,
but-
yeah. My friend Michael,
Okay.
Michael Phillips.
Not you, Michael.
He does YouTube with me sometimes. Actually, like half the time. He was originally our lead. I didn't know anyone else, and he said he was going to do it. He still helps me. He's like my production assistant.
So things ended on good terms. It wasn't like a creative disagreement or
Oh
something.
no, he was like,
that-
"Oh, thank God, he found somebody else."
Okay, so
Yeah,
that's
he
cool.
wasn't
that's cool,
really
that's cool.
had his heart into it.
I actually brought it to him at work. I was like, "Hey, Gavin and Severn kind of look related, don't they?" He's like, "Yeah." I was like, "I think he would be down for playing Philip," which is the lead
So that's
character.
the reason you hit me up about it because we looked kind of the same.
Yeah.
All right,
That's not the only reason,
That's
though.
reasonable.
That's dope.
I feel like I can because I'm playing an older. What is it? About 23,
22.
22. So I'm playing an older lead, but I think I could pull that off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'd
Don't
be good
shave
with
your
it.
face.
I'm gonna try and have at least a deep stubble.
Oh yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Be sure to get ripped.
Get ripped. I'm
Yeah.
gonna be back from boot camp, dude. I told Severn straight up. I read that and like, one of the first couple scenes with me in it is me and Amira without a shirt. And I'm like, dude, I gotta get that bod.
Gavin and Amir with the shirt's just like really crappily edited on abs. Like,
Dude,
I got
like
you.
a
I can fix it.
complete
I can fix it in post.
complete different skin type. Just,
yeah, not
No.
just black.
No, I'm gonna be back from Boots. I mean, I'm gonna have the like kind of fighting body that I'm gonna need
Yeah.
within the film.
I mean, I would hope so. You're fighting fucking Michael Myers.
Dude,
So-
you're right. You're right.
Gavin's like running. He takes 5
As far
steps.
as far as locations go, one of the locations is my parents' house, and the majority of it is actually being shot at Severin's house itself because the neighborhood he lives in is a dead ringer for
Yeah,
Haddonfield.
it's an older, it's like older
Okay.
neighborhood too. So I mean, it's like really good for it.
I live in like it's 2020, 109-year-old house.
Damn,
Yeah, it's
It's
pretty.
an old.
but
Yeah. Like it's
Another
really
one of
nice,
the-
but like it's like
Creepy.
you do get like really creepy vibes in certain areas of the house.
I don't know. One of the locations is actually because it's public is Muskogee Public Library,
Mhm.
and another one actually Hoops Hardware.
Oh,
Uh,
nice.
All right.
One of the characters in the film, the teacher, she's a teacher, is actually being played by Severin's mom, and she knows people at Hoops, and they're very nice, and they're gonna let us film there.
Yeah,
Oh,
this is a little
sick.
family-owned restaurant here in not
Restaurant?
restaurant. Family-owned little like
Yeah,
store.
you
They
can
do.
you can come and eat farming
Yeah, they
supplies.
do like packaging, but they also have like skateboards.
Looks like a side of
bikes,
nails with that.
souvenirs.
yeah, which I said
It's a real nice little place here in Muskogee. So if you're ever
I
in
need to go
Muskogee,
there and
check
get an
it out.
axe.
But
Get
yes,
what?
they for what reason?
I need to get some wood that's in my house.
Oh, okay.
He said, "I need to take care of. Some wood."
I got a little side project I'm working on. Should bring in some decent cash.
So
Editing wise, the only experience I have is from me doing YouTube. I've never.
you're
I don't-
self-taught.
See, I
Yes,
love
I'm self-taught.
love film editing.
Yes,
It's
it
a
can be a
blast.
pain in the ass.
And you
Oh, for
said
sure.
you said something about you have people looking at you as a person of interest for editing and producing.
Oh, doing videos with
Yeah.
several people in the horror community. I have a friend. His name is Jay Cullen. He's friends with a lot of people, and he was messaging me the other day
I sure
telling
thought he
me.
was gonna say J. Cole, and I was like, whoa.
She's
J.
not
Cole?
number.
Yeah, J. Cole. No, J. Cole. He's a
He's a
Oh
rapper.
no,
Yeah.
Jay Cullen.
No,
No, he's friends with a lot of people. Like these people that made this fan film called Halloween Night. It's another Halloween fan film.
I'll have to watch that.
I've talked to them about like little issues I would work out like
Yeah.
with mine. And he told me, and I was approached by them saying that they want me to do a review on their movie, and they want me to do a video with them, like a podcast.
So when can we
Okay.
expect the review?
After I'm done with the Friday 13th series, so in about 3 weeks, I would actually be able to
So
get
by
to
then
them.
I'll be able to watch it.
And for our next stream called on Stream Warriors, it's all about Friday 13th. I'm going to be hosting it
And so where can people watch that stream?
on on my channel, the
Okay, on your
Awesomaniac.
awesome
It's
channel,
on
awesome.
you, yeah.
I subscribed to it like I think a couple days ago or something.
I can get you the hookup if you want to do it. Like get a Spotify.
Some of the
version.
people that we're going to be having on there, Tom Fridley, he played a part in Friday 13th Part 6. He's actually John Travolta's nephew.
Oh, okay.
So you're saying we're gonna
yes.
talk to John Travolta?
No, he looks like him though.
That's so. I
Get
guess
us the
also,
hookup. Get us the hookup.
Deborah Voorhees, she was hired for her name for Friday 13th Part 5. She's the one that got the shears to the eye.
Yeah.
She was like, yeah.
Uh-huh.
She's actually developing a fan film herself with a lot of people that was in the movies.
Oh,
We're gonna be
that's
talking about-
awesome.
We're going to be talking about that as well. And I couldn't get him for this time, but for the next, for any future video I want to do, Vinny Westphal wants to do it again. So,
Sweet.
Isn't he gonna appear in our fan film? Like I remember reading a post kind of about that. We were trying to work something out with him in the fan film.
not in my fan film.
Not in your fan film.
It was someone else's.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I may have read it. I just naturally assumed
There was
it
this
you.
fan film that came out in 2017. It was Friday 13th. It was called Never Hike Alone. It was really well received so far, as much as it's being included, like the version of the Jason, being including in skins in like Friday 13th games, like this puzzle game. It's actually one of the skins, and like they have like figures of him, of that version of Jason. And
So, I mean, it was a really good.
oh yeah, it was really well done. I highly
Never Hike
recommend it.
Alone?
Yeah, Never Hike Alone.
Okay.
That's awesome.
Actually, the sequel is coming out sometime in the next few months called Never Hike in the Snow. It's It's actually got the guy that played Tommy Jarvis in Part 6, Tom Matthews.
Okay.
He was in Never Hike Alone, and he's going to be in this one as well, and so is Vinny Guastafaro.
He was the main.
Yeah, he was the main guy, Tommy.
Protagonist. Yeah. Tommy.
He's the one that like chained Jason to
Okay,
the
so kind of
rock.
moving back into Halloween, because okay, so anyways, going back into the Halloween, because I've always had this question and nobody can like straight up answer me. So if anybody's gonna get an answer for me, it's Blake. Okay,
For sure.
dude, I have watched these movies and seen this dude be shot, seen him falling off of mini stories, seen him be stabbed through the neck or caught on fire. How come he does not die? What is up with this?
Well, they tried to explain away with the Curse of Thorn in the 5th and 6th movies, but considering that's not canon anymore, I'm just gonna say this dude's a fucking beast.
Dude,
Yeah,
like,
so I mean, there's a lot of different ways you can look
he's
at
been
it. I know a
shot
lot
in
of people
the
look at it
chest,
like
I
the
mean-
Shot in
first.
the eyes.
yeah, I mean, like,
The
he's
first-
been completely demolished, but still got up and walked like nothing
The
happened.
first 4 films are, I guess, what you would call more like realistic. Like
Yeah.
he's in the second movie. I believe the second movie, they even talk about like, what if it was just a scared kid who was in the woods and lost his family and then saw his mom get killed. But then he in the 5th one is a different story. But then like 6, 7, and 8. When he comes back from the dead, it's more of like a supernatural, like.
So I mean, it's just kind of like demonic.
Yeah.
As far as the series goes, he has never actually. The only time he's ever been killed was at the end of H2O. But even they explained that away in the next movie, saying, "Oh, he just switched clothes with a paramedic and crushed his throat so he couldn't talk."
But like, oh wait, hold up. What are we talking about? Are we talking about Halloween?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought we were talking about Friday the 13th still.
Oh,
Never
Oh no,
mind.
no, no! I can
Never mind. Yeah.
no, I know. I got several explanations for Jason.
Oh yeah.
I mean, just like it's always. Just
Oh yeah.
blown
For
me away.
Halloween, yeah, he's just the beast.
When I was young, because like I said, I wasn't raised like able to watch any of those movies. So Nightmare on Elm Street was it for me. I wasn't like my mom kept me away from it until I became late teenage years, and she was just like, you know what, do whatever.
she
So,
lost hope in you. She
Yeah,
just.
she, after I watched Harry Potter, that was it. She was like, you obviously aren't going to listen to me. So, the first scene I ever could remember watching was, I was maybe about like 7 or 8, and I walked in on my grandpa watching it on Halloween, and it was that scene where he breaks in while this woman's babysitting, and she stabs him in the neck with a long needle.
Yeah.
And then she shoots him like 6 times, and he falls off the balcony. And she goes out, and just ever since then, it's just been in my head. Dude, he just took six bullets to the chest. Like
Michael Myers takes 6 shots to the chest and doesn't rap about it.
yeah, I mean, he fell off the balcony, got stabbed through the neck, and got shot. But then he got up and walked away.
Just got stabbed in the eye with a coat hanger.
If I'm recalling it right, there wasn't even like blood on the ground.
I mean,
If I'm
little do
recalling
we
it
know,
right.
he
There
just
was no
like
blood.
Yeah,
there
so
was
I'm
really just a bulletproof vest under it. Like Michael Myers was really just smart. And he's like, oh, before I go kill people, I'm just gonna stop by the armory. And grab
he
a
said, "Yeah,
bulletproof
let me take precautions."
vest."
Yeah, just in case. Just in case some babysitter decides to stand up against me.
Yeah.
Just in case she isn't intimidated by my manliness.
Yeah.
Manliness. You see his face? He's only 21 years old in that movie.
21 years.
Yeah, he's only...
The actor.
No, the character. He's
Oh,
only 21
okay,
years
okay.
old in that movie. Michael Myers.
Yeah, it's not that old.
That's such a good movie, man.
It is.
Oh my gosh.
Such a
I could
classic.
talk about
So-
the original Halloween all day.
Scott, jumping back to the fan film real quick.
Yeah.
I don't remember reading it in the script, but Severin told me I would have to get in the costume and fall down a flight of stairs.
Oh, yeah, because Severin's weak.
He can't take it.
Yeah, so I had to have you
I
at that
remember
scene.
like reading it in the deal where I remember him getting hit and falling down, but I don't remember him falling down a flight of stairs. But he just keeps bringing that up. He's like, "You ready to go down that flight of stairs?" And I'm
Oh,
like,
yeah.
"What?"
What if y'all just got some guy that like wasn't even his body shape or anything, and just like
Completely pushed him down the
And
stairs.
I'd like to know how the hell he'd fit in the jumpsuit.
Yeah.
Dude,
It's just
a
unzipped.
hobo, just like, "Hey, dude, you want to make some money? Yeah, dude, let me push you down these stairs real quick."
Yeah. So I
Alright.
guess technically you're a stunt double as well.
Yeah, I'm also
So-
stunt double. Hey.
So for you, just horror was one of those things where it's like it just kind of enticed you.
Oh yeah, just
after
like,
you-
like especially being so impressionable at the age of 4.
yeah.
It definitely. Yeah.
So it's been a thing since you were super young.
Oh yeah, like all my life.
I was super sheltered as a kid, so I didn't really. Really, it was when my parents stopped like paying attention to what I watched on Netflix.
Mhm.
I would watch like shows like Supernatural, and stuff like that, and then I just kind of became enticed with the
He said,
idea
have
of like.
restrictions on your little profile, so you make a new one.
Yeah, no, I don't have any restrictions, but like I kind of like just became enticed with like the idea of horror, and then through that I started watching like a lot of the classic like horror films, like,
Yeah.
and everything, and it just became one of those deals where it was like, I don't know, it's so interesting to like think about the possibilities outside of what we, deem a reality or whatever. But then like for me, like one thing that I always like fell in love with was older horror movies. Like I love like black and white horror movies, but more so of like from a film standpoint, because I like to pay attention to like they were able to like do that, but these were the like, and yeah, it looks weird and corny, but like these are the tools they had at that time. And I don't know, I love looking into that and like yeah.
Oh my, just kind of jumping away from horror real quick. Y'all guys
Unacceptable.
heard about that? Yeah. Unacceptable.
We just start throwing stuff at Gavin.
Get out. No, just kind of. Have y'all guys heard about that movie, The Lighthouse?
Yes.
No.
I can't remember who it.
Maybe.
Willem Dafoe
Robert
and,
Pattinson.
Robert Pattinson.
Oh my gosh! Like
I like
I
Willem
want to
Dafoe.
see that so bad.
Wait a
I've heard a
minute.
lot of good things about it.
It's
Are they
it's
trying
in
to
black
get-
and white.
Aren't they trying to get Willem Dafoe to play Joker now?
No.
Robert Pattinson.
Robert
he's,
Pattinson's gonna be
he's playing the
Batman,
Batman.
Yeah. Hold on. Who am I thinking of then?
No, but that movie, like, have you seen it?
I have not seen it.
It looks really, because I mean, I love the idea that the older black and white, older audio,
Yeah, no.
just a whole older
That
vibe.
also kind of like
It is
just
William
the way they
Dafoe.
can make it.
A lot of like not like necessarily DC itself, but a lot of the fans are like they say like
yeah.
we want a William Dafoe
He looks
Joker.
like a perfect like from the Batman Arkham
yeah,
series.
yeah.
He looks exactly like if you put like a Joker filter over him, that's what he looks like.
This other guy on
I've done that
Instagram.
multiple times.
He
Some
said,
Box
I
Logic
have
made
done this.
one.
No, kind of getting to like what Michael has said. For me, like growing up, my mom liked it. Like she liked to let us watch horror movies with her, but it wasn't so much to say anything like really. It was like the older Night of the Living Dead's. Older Stephen King.
Yeah.
Oh, my mom loves Stephen
And
King
then,
too.
like I said, Nightmare on Elm Street.
Because that's what I didn't know until I started watching horror movies. My mom loved horror movies.
Yeah,
And
she
so now
likes
me and
them.
my mom just watch horror
But
movies together all the
nowadays
time.
she just likes thrillers. So when I grew up, I don't watch a lot of the older films. Like I'll watch them and like especially the old Psycho series. I love the old Psycho.
Yeah.
But it's more like newer stuff, and you don't talk much about the newer films.
Kevin says to get away from
haven't yet.
horror.
You haven't yet, so you're
I
just
haven't yet.
going through the
I like.
older.
There's a lot of modern horror movies like The Descent, It Follows, which came out just like 2014.
Oh, It Follows. I got so hyped for that movie, and I waited years until I could legally download it.
You ever seen,
I was not.
You ever
happy
seen
about
Lights
it.
Out?
Lights Out.
I want to.
Lights Out
That
was
was
good.
pretty good.
Lights
I
Out
went and
was
saw it
good.
with my sister in theaters, and she would like scream, and I would just flinch.
What was your impression on It Follows? Because I was not happy with
I haven't seen that, but I
end
know the
result.
premise.
I think it's the greatest horror film of our generation.
You do?
Yes. Some of the ideas that they had in that.
Like, I mean, like theoretical. I mean, the standpoint and the thoughts about it, and just the whole conspiracies about what it means. That's good. I love those. I love reading about it. But the movie itself was
Now
not
that's-
enjoyable to watch.
That's the one
That's
where
how I feel about Psycho.
Psycho. Oh, throwing jabs at me now. huh?
Yeah,
Okay,
no,
so
I
that's-
have the original. And
It
I've seen
Follows is the one where if like they have sex, the thing like transmits.
Yes, it transmits
Yes,
and
it
it
follows
follows
them.
them.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
then if it kills you, it goes back to the person before. And
Yeah.
And from what I read, the main conspiracy about that was kind of like a stab at STDs.
Yeah, that's what it was.
It
oh,
was just like
okay.
a stab about STD and like awareness and all that, and they wanted people to just sex kills.
Why didn't they just make a documentary about AIDS?
I don't know. It could have just been like AIDS following them around the whole time.
AIDS falling around.
Basically, what it was.
I mean, the trailers for it, I was so hyped, and about like every movie they released, they're like best horror movie of the year.
Yeah. Of
I
course,
mean,
they're
like
gonna hype
every
it up
single
like that.
one, but it must be
number
many
one
years.
movie in
I'm aware.
America. Yeah, like I'm pretty sure open season was okay. I remember that's
Just Barney
Or
Returns.
Oh my gosh! Speaking of acting in movies, one of my grandpas, at one point, I was going to be a minor lead in a movie called The Big Iron, where they made a B grade movie
adaptation.
Yes, of that word, of the song The Big Iron. I don't know if y'all have heard that. He was like The Big Iron.
Oh,
and all
I thought
that
we were talking
stuff.
about
Yeah,
Iron
yeah.
Giant.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and then apparently like the dude ran off, like the guy who was controlling of the funds apparently ran off with the funds, and so we never got to shoot that. And I was
Straight yoinked it.
I was so upset. I didn't even earn the role either. I showed up to the auditions and everyone was like 7, and I was the only one who fit the description. So I just automatically got the role of Pinky.
Dude, we're making this film on basically no funds.
Those are the
Basically.
I
best
still
kind of
expect
films,
it to be really good.
That's what I'm
They
aiming
got
for.
me as an actor.
Okay, so the thing is though, like,
Oh yeah, no, that was the jackpot when I got Gavin.
Yeah,
The
dude.
Gavin Burleson.
Gavin
I've
Burleson,
seen him in plays.
Lane
It
Crumb,
blows
co-host
my
of the-
mind. Goes the Waiting for
Yeah,
Ascension
you've
podcast.
seen me as
Yeah,
a
that's the highlight of
Susicle
his
the
life.
musical.
No, I didn't see that one.
Oh, you did.
Yeah, I was out
The
of
highlight
town.
of his life is being in this movie.
Yeah,
I was a VIP
right.
at a World War One thing. I was busy.
Oh, okay. I have a film of it somewhere around my room. I'm gonna find it.
Bet. Oh, that
that
was when Bailey was a boy.
I was pretty sure
I
I,
know
did
she's
better
gonna
in
listen to
practice than I
this.
ever did.
Bailey did look like a boy.
Yeah, Bailey's been listening. Hi, Bailey.
Hi Bailey.
Blake said hi.
Dude, she's gonna get
Wait, Bailey, what?
the Loran Bailey.
Loran.
Okay.
I don't even know. I can't remember the last names
What's
of
up,
half the people
Loran?
there. Bailey, don't tell me. Don't tell me. Let me think.
Booze?
Lauren.
Loran.
Lauren
Lorraine.
Bailey.
She knows I'm forever gonna call her Loran. Gosh dang it. Don't tell me. Don't tell me.
What are you
Y'all
trying
keep
to think
talking.
of?
Her last name.
Yeah, what's on?
Yeah, gosh. Bailey, I'm so sorry.
He's such a horrible friend.
I'm gonna go get coffee with her
Wow.
tomorrow. She's not gonna hear this till Tuesday, so we're good.
Until Tuesday, yeah. We just don't.
Oh my
we just
God.
don't mention
Oh
it.
my
Probably remember
How
that
do I
one.
not know her last name?
Edited in.
I don't know if she wants her last name on this.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say it, but I can't remember it.
Hold on, I'm gonna pause it and then tell you.
How did I not remember that? How did I not remember that? Oh my god. Okay, I'm so sorry, everybody.
That was
am
such a weird
I-
like side road to go down. Like
Because we were talking about it, I'm like, what is her last name? I can't remember half the people's
that is
last
such an
names.
odd
Do you know
little
my last name?
major.
Wrong.
Oh, wait,
It's,
what?
It's Blake Dew, right? Your cousin Scooby and Scrappy and Why?
Oh my god, Declan just storms in.
Why?
Shit, I just spit water everywhere.
That was
Damn it.
unexpected. Oh my gosh.
But I
So-
expected the unexpected, so technically it didn't surprise me.
I expected the
Whoa.
unexpected, so I expected that I was gonna do.
Dude, the train just went off the tracks and flew.
Ooh, conspiracy.
I completely derailed Severin
Oh my god.
in this
Oh my
conversation
god.
today.
Hold on.
Okay.
It's not even the first time I've done this. Oh.
Oh, Jesus.
You said. You said.
Is that copyright?
I don't know what song this is. It's my own original.
Oh, okay.
Nothing's original these days.
Okay, no, okay. I'd had to throw that in there. Okay.
What was the point of that?
No clue. Oh, Blake's a master guitar player right here. Blake, play us something. Dude, look at that. Crazy. He's shredded on the guitar. Oh, that's skill right there. Oh!
Whoa!
We're just gonna take this back.
Okay.
Alright, so what was the conversation with Severin that you just completely derailed him?
Yes.
I just insulted him with in the most unexpected. I could read it for you.
Okay. It's okay. We always just insult Severin on our podcast.
He said that I look like Mexican,
I'm just gonna insult
What was
Severin
his
on the
name?
podcast until he actually
Hold on.
listens to the podcast.
Who did he call me? It was a dude from Alvin and the Chipmunks.
All right, so I'm pretty good at
Yeah, I know you're
Simon.
talking about.
Yeah, the
The
guy that plays
actor.
Simon.
The actor. Can't remember his name.
Actor.
He said you look like the Mexican version of him.
He said I look like the Mexican version of David Cross. No, Ian Hawke. Ian Hawke is
No,
his
Ian
name.
Hawke was named in this show.
Oh, well then his real name's David
Yeah.
Cross.
Yes,
Okay.
Michael.
I haven't seen Alvin and the Chipmunks forever.
Basically, I
dude.
just use Letterkenny references to derail him. I know I can predict what Severin's going to say every single time.
It's probably gonna be, "Are you gonna eat that?" or "Sus." Just half the time.
Oh, what you mean?
What you mean?
Or his laugh.
Dude, his laugh is like my laugh. There's so many different levels of it. Like, it just depends on how funny it is to me. You'll hear different laughs. His top laugh is him just not even making a noise, but like punching the air. You've seen him get to that point, haven't you? When he's just quietly punching.
I've made him get to that point. What you mean?
But he doesn't even he doesn't even like straight punch the air. It's always like flip floppy punches.
That's how he fights.
AR.
Are you right?
No.
I've never seen him fight.
No.
I've never seen
Anyway.
this dude angry.
I've always tried to get a manga, but anyways, this is how it goes. So you don't like seeing so much of my face. It's overbearing and a little too much handsome for you. It's okay, I get it. Not at all what I was saying. I'm going to go deeper for Severin because his deep-ass voice. Yeah, okay, that's what we'll go with. He said, can you not say my next line for 1 second? Peace was never an option, and neither is me not predicting your next line. I love fucking with you mentally. Not really, but it's funny when I'm right. That's beside the point. It's really not. Yes, it is. Prove it. You got a problem with me predicting your lines, the same thing as having a problem with me, and I suggest you let that one marinate. Freaking what? What, you can't read? Embarrassing. What the fuck?
Hey, this is a PG-13
Hey,
episode. You have reached your limit on F-ball. You have reached your limit.
I stopped.
No more.
WTF, you just... What? I will end you. I bet you like hanging out with Degens from upstate, you f***ing schmelt. You know, you're not so a good guy anymore. Figure it out. I'm down for a Donnybrook with you right now. But after I crush some sandals and get over the pants answer from Bonnie McMurray. You could not. You could not be so soft, you skids reject. I bet you like a little bit of the pork sword fighting, eh?
Eh?
And that's not, he hasn't responded yet.
Y'all sound like two Canadians having a big word competition.
That's what it's about. It's fun to show Letterkenny.
That's what it's about, eh?
It's this Canadian sitcom called Letterkenny.
Okay.
It's on Hulu. It's so freaking good.
Yeah, I've seen it. I haven't watched it.
I want to get Hulu because
I'm thinking about getting mine back, but then I'm going to boot camp in 4 weeks.
just
So.
give me the password.
I'm not paying for it while I'm not
because
watching it.
The guy that made Rick and Morty is making another one called Solar Opposites. That looks so funny.
You know what show I was highly disappointed?
Documentary about your
What's
life.
his name? What is it?
Yeah, that was really
J.G.
sad.
Quintel.
Yeah.
Who was that? J.G. Quintel? The guy who made Regular Show. So they had another one that was supposed to come out. I can't remember what it was
wasn't
called.
a huge Regular Show fan.
Well, they were making
was.
it was like an adult version. It was like Regular Show kind of an animation.
It's like Regular Show. They got older and all became sex traffickers.
No, I can't remember what it was
I'd
called.
watch it.
But they literally got so far in production and then just called it off. So they had like everything. They had a release date, and they just called it off.
So that's what they
And
meant
that
by
makes me
macaroni party
so
and taking
mad.
naps.
Taking naps, dude. I just saw something in it's called like Paradise City. They got
I know. Oh my god, I hate
Andy
that show.
Black. No, they just released a trailer for it.
No,
Cameron Boyce. You know who Cameron Boyce is?
I heard his name.
He died a while back, and it was so sad.
Oh
He was a
yeah,
good
the
actor.
Disney Channel.
yeah.
They just had finished filming of the first season of Paradise City right before he died. So they're going ahead and they're releasing the first season, and I'm excited for it. I'm really excited for it, and you know, it's just kind of sad because like you know, he's not going to be able to continue on with that, and I don't know how this season's going to wrap up and end.
Their deep fakes are getting so like if they wanted just to keep him there, they could.
What?
Like deep fakes. You
Deep
don't know what
fakes.
deep fakes are?
Yeah, it's when you put another face on someone else's and it actually looks like them.
Yeah.
It's
like
this one
CGI.
guy, this one guy on YouTube called Control Shift Face. He did one with
So when they had to wrap up production in Fast and Furious because Paul Walker died.
Yeah, that's
It's
what they do with his
It's
brothers.
yeah, it's kind of like that, but I mean, it's
More on like a upfront kind
you know
of
who
thing.
Jordan Lucas is.
Yes.
So have you seen the music video for his song Will?
Yes.
You know at the very end of it when he's looking in the mirror and it's Will Smith? That was a deep fake.
That was a deep fake.
Yeah.
Oh, so they didn't get Will Smith in there?
No.
That's sad.
Well, so he can be in YouTube Rewind, but not a Jordan Lucas video.
So actually, Jordan's really good friends with his son,
Jaden.
Jaden, yeah.
Yeah.
And
What's going on with Jaden these days? I
don't know.
He's just kind of big chilling, I think.
Yeah.
Like he already made a couple movies, dropped a couple
I
songs.
watched Will Smith's Snapchat Will from Home thing.
Yeah.
Because I idolize Will Smith.
It's kind of like I do Logan Paul.
Yeah, sure. And
Quack.
dude,
Look at
his
Quack.
Snapchat things are hilarious.
Dude, there was one a couple days ago.
Have you
He
seen
had
the one
to,
with
he had
the-
to pee his pants because someone shot out.
Yeah. Have you seen the one with the slug in Evan?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Dude, I love
Evan was so
dude.
scared of that slug, and he came out with like Febreze.
Slug was
lighter.
almost as big as he was.
Oh my god.
He's confused. He's just over here like, okay.
I'm just straight like vibing, just like listening to y'all. So
But no. Anyway, so he got Joyner on his like Snapchat thing and did it.
Oh, that's
That's
pretty
cool. So Gavin, I got a
Yes.
question.
Yes.
You have a story for us?
Oh, this story. Okay.
So
First
yeah.
off, are you done saying everything you gotta say? We're done.
I'll think of something later.
Okay.
Okay, real quick. So Gavin Snapchats me or whatever, and is like, dude, I got a story, but I'm saving your
Because
for
I
the podcast
want-
because I want your first reaction, which I love. Yeah, like don't ever tell me a story. Just save it for the podcast because like I want my raw reaction. So let's go. Let's get into this.
Okay, let me just think real quick of a way to say that, because I don't want to expose like a bunch of detail, and I don't want to expose like.
Use fake names. Say Karen.
Gavin
no, that's
came
a slur.
out to
Never
his
mind.
family. Oh.
Yes, I came out and they kind of looked at me. No. So the other day I'm just big chilling, right? And my ex, not my most recent ex, one of my exes, she, boop, I get a
remember you telling me
friend
about
request.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay, that's weird. It wasn't my main account, because my main account, at the Mad Liker, with the underscores, it's linked in the description. Follow me. I don't use that one with my real name, because that's just kind of like my public face. And then I have a closer
at first,
one.
when you first made that account, it was because you didn't want your mom to know you had Instagram.
Yeah, but now we're past that, and she just like, you're almost 18. So she follows me on my backup account. Then she follows the podcast. Then she follows another one that I used to have, and she told me that she followed it. I wasn't logged in because I don't use it anymore.
But she can't subscribe to me. Okay.
Anyways,
I need to follow us.
I was confused because I just got like follows from her, and I was like, okay. So I texted her. I was like, hey, you forgot a couple accounts. She was like, what? And I was like, well, if you're gonna sit here and follow them all on my accounts, you might as well follow them on all. And she was like, oh, so you don't want my support? I'm sorry, I thought you needed it. And I was like, oof. Oof. And so we just kind of talked for a little bit and joked around, and there was a photo on one of my accounts, and she argued that I blocked her when it was her who blocked me. I sent her a photo, and I was like, remember that? And she was like, yeah, I took that one. Then she sent me another one. She was like, I took this one too, because it was a crappy picture of me playing guitar, because y'all guys can't take decent pictures of me playing guitar.
Yeah, I'll take good
What you
Snapchat
mean, y'all?
videos.
Okay, but like picture-wise, I have no good pictures from people's photos.
Let me
It's a
help
good
you
picture
out,
of
bro.
you right now. Yeah.
okay.
Get,
Give
get
me
the
this.
guitar.
Just get the guitar out.
I'm gonna do portrait mode, make it look real profesh.
Stay.
Real professional.
I hate myself.
Are you guys just over here?
Is that bad? I don't think that's bad.
That's all right.
Look at
That's
that.
alright.
Look at that.
I'm not a photographer. I'm a
Okay,
filmer.
stop playing the guitar. We're talking on the podcast.
Now you gotta
Gavin.
take it while I'm playing.
Put the guitar away, Gavin. Gavin.
Okay. Anyways. Dude, look at that. Hideous. That's decently better.
Listen, it's not my
That's any
fault.
picture we're gonna
But
take.
like,
It's
these
not my
pictures-
fault you're ugly.
These pictures are all like unexpected,
only do so
so
much.
I mean,
Yeah.
like it's
Yeah, that's
unexpected, and like they just sent them to me later, and I had no clue they took them. Well, anyways, so we're just talking for a little bit, and we're joking around, and so it gets more serious, and she started asking me questions, and I just answered them. And I was
What's
like,
your social security number?
Yeah, she was like, "What's your mother's maiden name?
What's your bank card pin?
What was your first dog's name?
What bank do you bank at?
What's your street address and your PO box?" So it gets kind of deeper, and I went into detail with Severin because it wasn't a podcast where everyone hears, and I'll show you, I'll like read you some of the stuff, but it goes kind of deep, and I'm answering, and then I was like, hey, anything you want to ask me, just go ahead and ask. I'll answer honestly. So she asked me a bunch of stuff, and I'm real honest about it. We kind of talk about it, and then she was like, have anything for me? And I was like, not really. And then I come up with some stuff. So we're just kind of answering each other's questions, and I asked her, like, why did you message me? She was like, well, I mean, just there's stuff that I wanted to talk about, and I know there's stuff you wanted to talk about. So we're just kind of talking, and
She's just like, to be honest, I just wanted the clout.
then she just goes in, and we start joking again, and like, I'm not really like able to explain it in the way I did to Severin, but Severin, there were so many twists and turns within the story, and I was always like, you think you know where the story's going, but you don't. You're never gonna guess it. He was like, there's so many twists and turns, you're never gonna know, and I'm putting that on a shirt now because
You're never gonna know.
I said it so many times during
What are
the
you gonna do?
conversation that Severin was like, dude, you should put that on a shirt. And I was like, I got you. But then, suddenly, after all this deep talking, all this joking around, all this and that, she just like, do you have an iPhone? I was like, no, why? She was like, I just wanted to FaceTime. I was like, okay. So y'all are not gonna expect what I'm about to say.
She's
Trust
like, bro, we got Instagram.
me. I was like, well, we can do it here, here, and here. And she was like, okay. And like, let me just kind of just say like the major details. So she hits me up. We joke around. She's asking all these deep questions. We're talking about really deep stuff. We're joking around. We're just having a really good conversation, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then she says, great, because my boyfriend wants to meet you, and puts me in a...
Oh,
Yo,
no.
I was literally okay. I kid you not. I was about to say, like, I was about to make a joke and be like, she FaceTimes Gavin while she's having sex with her new boyfriend.
No, she FaceTimes me
with her boyfriend in the profile. Now, her boyfriend was reading the conversation the whole time, so he read some pretty personal stuff. And her boyfriend for months, I probably should have said this at the time. Her boyfriend for months, like we talk every now and then. He always like would make her stop talking to me because he didn't like that she was talking. We talked for about an hour in this FaceTime. Now I'm sitting here cracking up because I think this is hilarious. It's about the third time I've been in like a FaceTime or a group chat with an ex and her new boyfriend.
What?
Dude, this is
a common occurrence for you?
The first time I was in there with one of my exes, and she starts fighting. Her boyfriend wanted to like monitor the conversation, so she puts him in the group chat so we can monitor. And I'm starting to like try and talk to him a little bit. We're just kind of getting along, and then literally they have a fight. She was like, he'd been following all my friends on Instagram, but only liking the pictures of them, the bikinis and stuff.
Oh my god!
And then they start fighting. She's like, "We'll be right back." They go talk in a private conversation. She dumps him. They come back in a private conversation. Then they come back into the group chat after her dumping him in front of me and fighting. And she was like, "Yeah, I can't go to prom now, but we're all right." And I was like, "What?
I can't go to prom anyways. You're in quarantine."
No, this was like back at Boulevard, but
Oh, okay.
I was like, he literally messes up in you can't go to prom. Like, what the heck is that?
Okay, I have a question.
Yeah.
So I remember there was a time where it would have been my 9th grade year, so it would have been your 8th.
Yeah.
You were going to go to prom with somebody, and then there was a situation where someone at Muskogee High had unfortunately committed suicide, and
Wait, what?
she was really broken up about that, and so said that she didn't want to go because it was like just that day or the previous day or something like that. I don't know if you know which person I'm talking about.
To me?
Yeah.
It happened to me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'll just pause it and tell him
Okay.
the name.
Okay, yeah, I know what you're talking
So,
about. I know what you're talking about now.
Did you ever like that person?
Okay, I'm gonna finish the story about
Okay,
what
continue.
happened
Yeah.
first, so I can get
Yeah,
that out of
yeah,
the way, and then
yeah.
we'll talk about that. So we were basically just big chilling and just talking and stuff, and just kind of like she was spilling tea on him, and we were spilling tea on her, and she was spilling tea on me.
No, this isn't the girlfriend that broke up with her boyfriend in front of him. This is
No,
this
this
is
is-
the current.
This
This
a
is
current
what just
situation.
happened to him this previous week.
And it was just kind of funny to me, and we kind of got along. They actually had a big fight, and he like kind of was mad at me, which I understand because
I mean, yeah, like that's just an awkward situation.
so
to
there's
put
not
him
going to
in.
be any more of the FaceTimes. I'm not going to go into detail because it's not my place to say, but there's just not going to be any more FaceTimes. But it was a weird experience. She was like, "You get so bored in quarantine, you put your ex and your current boyfriend in a FaceTime together."
No, that's
That is
not
not an
something you
excuse.
do.
Yeah.
Like I was vibing with it because me and her are all past it. There's not like the same wanting and need to be together. We're just friends like we were before we got together, and it was just
That's so
it was
weird.
so funny to me, and I thought it was just kind of weird, but I was like, okay, let's go with it because I had nothing better to do, and why not?
Quarantine.
Quarantine, that's how you
Sheldon
know-
needs to drop that song.
Sheldon
dude.
doesn't even drop that song.
That's how you know,
Play it-
like,
play it
quarantine is
real
finally broken, Gavin.
All right, hold on. I'm about to play something for y'all.
Y'all probably aren't gonna hear it very well, but I want.
I'm gonna
Michael
try
to
my
hear it.
best, damn
I
it.
want Michael to hear it.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's at work and he just.
Yeah, I'm
loves
just
that
at
song.
work at like Buffalo Wild Wings with my friend and
Did you
coworker.
record that?
I recorded that, yes.
Oh, okay.
Let's find it
It
real
was
quick.
hilarious, dude.
So you work at Buffalo Wild Wings?
Yeah. Not
Are-
right
are
now.
you back
I'm
there?
unemployed. No.
I know
so
they,
they
opened
haven't-
back
they
up
haven't
and
opened
hire
back up
people
yet? Oh,
again.
they are?
They're open. They just like cut down to a few people. Anyways,
Oh, dang.
The quarantine, it's not
this is called the quarantine.
quarantine, it's not produced yet, y'all.
He came up with the song
I
himself.
don't know how good
It's
that
the
is.
zombie apocalypse. What of it? Everyone is catching it. Holy shit, horror flick. I just need to wipe my ass, but I can't. No TP ran out of it. Fuck my life, I'm out of it. But I don't give a shit. This shit is infectious, but it's delicious. It's a pandemic. We got it on lockdown. We're quarantined. We all infected. This shit is
Okay. Like, we don't want to, like, release the whole thing, but,
Yeah, no. That's
he
just a
needs to
preview.
release that
Was it a little
already.
quarantine was like a freestyle, or?
I don't know, was it?
It was, he like was working on it like the night before,
Oh, okay.
and then that morning at
Well,
work.
I swear, when he drops that, I'm going to download
It was a free-ish
instantly.
style.
It was hilarious.
It
though.
was.
So, I mean, yeah, like, before we jump into my other story, how's quarantine dealing with y'all? Like, I know it's kind of ending down right now.
I mean, to be honest with you, I never really followed any of the rules anyways,
You're right,
so
me
I'm just
neither.
kind of big chill. I was really in my head for a little bit.
Yeah, and then you were like,
Um,
Gavin, let's hang out. I need to.
Yeah, and then we recorded the first episode of the
Yeah,
podcast
that's
that night.
how
Yeah,
that
that was
went
like a
down.
month ago now.
I'm at
It
home.
was, yeah, fourth
I'm
episode.
just sitting at home because like I'm unemployed and I'm collecting an unemployment check every week. YouTube
Yeah,
business is
yeah.
booming though. Like, it gave me lots of time to
You
make
got
videos.
100 views recently on
Hell
one of the
yeah.
videos.
On my Stream Warriors video, the stream that we did, passed over 100 views. I've been doing this since December 2018, but I've only been doing it like full time basically since end of March.
Okay.
So I've been able to. I got me a new laptop.
So
And
you're
I got
gonna-
me like new mics and stuff. So I've been able to actually sit down and make videos how I want to make them. See how I want to make them.
Yeah.
Because I've done reviews I've done before. Like I wouldn't go watch those, but like my first video or one of the first videos I have on my channel is a review of Friday the 13th. I'm not even in frame, and I don't know what the hell I'm talking about, but starting with like Friday the 13th Part 4 and those videos up, I've been like going by a script, like collecting ideas and new format and stuff, and I really like it. It's obviously been doing good for me because I got
So
57
quarantine's boosted your YouTube a little
oh
bit.
yeah, 57 subscribers now. Even whenever I do go back to work, I could still be able to do how I want to do
Okay.
this.
Yeah, that was my question. I didn't know if you were on like try to
'Cause-
stay on it full time or go back to
Oh, yeah.
another job or.
I try to do one review a week and
Okay.
like a few gaming videos a week, but those gaming videos I
And
record like 10 parts in one day and I
If
release
these
it over
boys
the
would
next 2
hook up
weeks.
with me right here, we could do some gaming for Minecraft, but well,
What
I
are you
work at
doing?
Walgreens, Coach.
What is wrong with you?
Coach Steve, dude.
I don't know, it's fine.
What the heck, dude? Chomp, chomp.
Alright.
You haven't seen Big Mouth.
No.
That's
So
You
okay, so
Steve
back,
really should.
Coach Steve
I'll
is the
watch it, I'll
best.
watch
Coach Steve.
so anyway, so back to that question I asked you about that person. I just didn't know. I was always curious because like it was a kind of a mutual friend of ours. I didn't know if
Yeah.
you ever like
Yeah.
liked her or.
Okay, so I haven't talked or thought about this in so long. Dang.
She's a really great person, by the way.
She is a great
She's awesome.
person. I've known her coming on maybe 6 years now.
I met her whenever I first went to
Yeah.
that church.
No, I met her my first time going there. My first time going there was maybe about 5 years ago, or
See-
6 years ago.
I went when Keaton invited me to go,
Mhm.
and I went with him, and
Yeah, I
that was
went
the
with
first time
him
I'd ever
as
been
soon
there.
as me and him started being friends.
So I think we probably
7th
went
grade.
around the same time. It would have been 7th grade for you, so it would have been my 8th grade year.
I know
That
that
sounds
you
about
visited
right.
a couple times, but you weren't like fluently
Yeah,
going.
yeah, and then I
I've
was
been
like,
fluently
oh,
going since the first time he brought me there, because I wasn't really going to church at all, just because we had left our previous church. So I mean, I just started going with him on Wednesdays, and I got really close with her. To answer your question, yes, I did.
Okay.
I
I kind of assumed so.
It was kind of a thing over time, and I want to say at one point she kind of felt the same way. But
Okay. Was that at that time we all were gonna go to prom together? Do you think?
I mean, I want to say so. The time in which I really kind of expect, because we had both kind of like other people.
No, and that was the situation, right? There was a guy from Scooby High
Yes.
that, yeah,
He
that was
had,
like it was really. I remember a lot of people were broken
I
up
don't
about
remember
it,
if he
and it
committed
was-
suicide or not, but I know that he had passed. Yes.
Okay. Okay.
She was not doing good with it.
See,
and
I don't go to Muskogee High, so I wasn't fully aware of the story. I just remember what I'd heard.
I didn't either
you
at
know.
the time, but
Um.
no, I haven't talked to her. I'm gonna text her and kind of catch up a little bit. But there was one time when we were going down to this Tuscahoma festival. I don't know if you ever went to that.
I don't think I went to that, but I remember hearing a lot of stories about it.
Yes. So I think it was the second time that I went there, and she kind of like broke my heart on the way up. I'm not gonna lie.
Gavin, aw,
We were sitting
poor
together,
buddy.
we were talking together, and just things have been really nice between us, and I kind of like expressed my feelings towards her a little bit, and I'd gone a little bit without like discussing it. So on the way up there, it was just like a good thing. It was a good thing for us, I guess you'd say. There was a point where we were watching the concert, and we were kind of like all cuddled up together and sitting together and walking around together throughout the whole time. And
I got you. Gavin.
she openly expressed her feelings for another guy there, and
Aw,
like kind of
shoot.
ditched me to hang out with him. And that's at the point when I was like, okay, well, whatever. And I met up with one of my exes who was there.
Gavin.
But
Gavin, no.
I don't know. There have just been times in which, because yeah, I mean, like she kind of felt the same way for a little bit.
I haven't talked to her in forever.
It wasn't something that worked out.
All my exes have kids.
Whoa.
None of them's Blake's.
No.
Blake's. But I mean, it just was something that I would say we could never find the right timing to do. And my mom liked her a lot, so my mom was always pushing me to try and get with her too.
Right person at the wrong time.
And that sucks too when you're like, mom really likes somebody, but you're just not too sure about it, and you know.
All three of my exes.
Mom didn't like any of my exes.
My mom loves my current girlfriend, so
I mean, that's good.
I've made it, so I'm pretty.
My
I'm
dad
pretty content.
is the biggest shipper of between me and one of my friends, but it just don't happen. Literally, like
Just get with Severin. Just go.
Okay, we're not talking about Severin. Okay, if anything, I would go with you.
Oh, whoa.
No, 'cause
What
I
about
remember-
Shelton, dude. He's
No,
got the long,
so-
nice hair.
Yeah, I know.
and-
Shelton's been lonely for a while, so I can see
Shelton
that.
will not. It's been months and he still hasn't like even seen my text messages. I'm like, come on, man.
He doesn't answer like that
I
fast.
called Gavin on the way up here, and Gavin and Blake were already here, and because I'm always late to everything.
Hi, Dad.
And so Gavin, I remember I made a gay joke or whatever, and I said something about like I don't have any gay friends or whatever, and Gavin was like, Blake will be your gay friend, and then I was like, what?
No, nothing. You're good.
All right, and I was like, he's like, Blake will be your gay friend. I was like, oh my god, like did I just like straight up offend him? And he was like, no, he's not.
I was
Like,
joking, I was joking.
okay.
No.
No, he didn't offend me. No, I'm not gay. You weren't very clear about that.
Oh yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just want to make sure I didn't
I
upset
could go
you.
for some chicken
Oh my
nuggets right now.
gosh.
Chicken
Oh my
nuggets.
gosh, dude. So we're about closing in on the final.
We've paused
Final
quite a
bit.
bit, so we'll add on.
Probably
some
have
more.
to.
Well, I don't
Silence
So
all my
what's
cursing.
your what's
Sorry.
your so like as far as horror games go? Do you have that kind of same passion about
He
horror
loves the Resident
films as you do?
Evil.
Oh yeah, Resident Evils. Like the French.
Did you get it? Were you one of the people that were like blessed to play PT?
No, I was not because
I wasn't either, but
I've
God, I
been an
wanted to.
Xbox guy for a while.
See,
about-
I was a
what about
PS4
CP?
guy, but
Club Penguin.
oh god,
Club
dude.
Penguin is kill. I got sad.
Dude, I loved Club
We
Penguin.
played
No,
Pop Tropico, not Club Penguin. You
Oh
played
yeah,
Club
I
Penguin.
did. No, I played
You
Pop
played-
Tropica
Yeah,
too.
but you played Club Penguin. We
No.
didn't play. We
So
never
I played
played.
Club Penguin, and then I switched to Pop Tropica
Dude, didn't,
because
like-
my mom wouldn't pay for the subscription.
What was that joke
to
you
Club-
used to always say?
No, so it was a joke I got from someone else, but it was something like finding my dad on Club Penguin and them leaving me, or no, the game crashing
got
because
shut
they
down.
ended it. Yeah.
Oh.
I finally found my dad.
I
No,
think
but-
like I sure think I found that on like a Sniper Wolf video back when like I'd watched like a couple of her videos and was like, nah, she a hoe. And sure really like stopped watching it.
No, I love like even horror games. Like when Friday the 13th came out, like May 2017, I played that religiously, and even now, recently, I've been playing it again. And what?
No, I was thinking Take Me to Church.
Oh,
What's wrong with you?
Take me to church.
Like me, like I feel like people be having a normal like
Yeah,
conversation
don't say
about
something. It'll like trigger a song in my head. Like you said,
Gavin's-
J. Cole. and
I know,
we're
same
gonna be
thing
like,
happens to me, so.
Gavin's
but-
just in the background like mumbling to
Even
himself
recently-
like a dude at a freaking insane asylum. At the
I
lunch
like to
table playing with
sing
his
the songs
toothpicks.
y'all trigger.
even recently in the past 2 months, I was starting to play Friday the 13th game again. That game is far from dead. There's so many people still playing it. Not even just Friday
It's
the
like an
13th.
open world game.
It's asymmetrical survival
Yeah.
horror. You play as the counselors or we play as Jason.
Okay.
It's when you're Jason and you get everybody, it fulfills something in you. Like some
Murder.
like dark side of your mind.
You're just like, oh, I got it.
Murder
I once cooked a
train.
burger while I was Jason. I killed everybody. And
What
that
the
burger
heck?
was damn good.
Cook the burger. Oh, what
Was
if you
it
cooked the
of
burger
humans?
made of the people you ate?
Yes.
Oh, what if Jason was a cannibal?
He's not, but he does
Hashtag
eat Shih
stay
Tzus.
woke. Yeah, true.
No, but even other games like Alien Isolation, if they
Oh,
ever release
yeah.
VR for that game, I
That
would.
was a good game.
I played it last year. And it scared the ever living out of me. Oh my god, I did not think a game could do that because I don't get scared easily. I've been desensitized. Like
Dude,
I've been watching
like-
these things since I was like 4 years
That's
old.
how I am.
But that game, oh my god.
That's how I am with my horror watching. Is I'm just waiting for something to scare me. And like nowadays, there's not much settled. There's a few that are
yeah.
good.
Okay. Yeah. To talk about that, we talked on the last podcast about Sinister and stuff
And then
like
we
that.
watched them
Oh,
both.
Yeah, I came
love
over to
Sinister.
Gavin's house and
They
we
weren't
watched
as
both
good
the
as I
Sinister
remember,
movies.
but they were still.
That
And
lawnmower
Gavin's like,
movie.
"Oh, it's gonna scare you, bro. It's gonna scare you."
That
I'm sitting there the
lawnmower kill
entire
scared me.
movie, just
Like,
okay.
last
Yeah,
time I
the
watched
lawnmower
Yes.
kill that did. I like it wasn't. It didn't scare me.
it,
I was
it
just like,
rattled.
yeah, I was just like, oh my god.
They just like mowing and just chop.
Yeah, I did not expect that. Also, playing like the Dead Space games. Dead Space 2,
Oh, what is
none of the monsters scared me. You know what scared me? I was playing on Zealot, which is the hardest
I
thing.
had that over there for the Wii, and I've been meaning to play it.
I have the sound up, I have headphones on. I'm walking through. a halon gas, like to stop fires,
It may not
went
be in the
off
right
and
case.
scared the crap out of me. So I just stood against the wall, put my controller down, was just chilling, just trying to figure out if I want to continue playing this game or not, just because that scared me, not even the monsters. There's a
It's good. It's
there's a
fine.
non-horror game that scared the hell out of me.
What game?
Batman Arkham Knight.
Right.
So like
I have that.
I got it like at launch, like headphones on, lights off, sound up. It's me sitting there just playing it. At one point, after you deal with the Riddler for the first time, I zip lines like a roof. As soon as I'm starting to get on the roof, man bat, like just like this giant like bat creature just pops out of nowhere, scares the hell out of me. I did not expect it.
Is it this one?
I think so.
We're looking for Dead Space.
Yeah,
Oh,
there
I
it is.
found it.
There it is. I knew it was in like the wrong case. Oh, okay. Thanks, Michael.
Just
So
chunked
that
across
is that the
room.
one that you played on Wii?
No, I played. I'm an Xbox guy.
He's like, no, I don't play Wii, you freaking.
Well,
like,
that
I have a Wii,
I don't
but I
know
have
what
a-
Are
like,
you 4?
I don't know what it like it's on.
I
Like,
got a Wii,
remember-
but I got it for Guitar Hero.
He has 2 Wiis. Like, that's...
One of them my dad got, and my mom and dad got way back in the day, so it has kind of sentimental value. And then one of them my uncle gave us, and it just has a bunch of stuff downloaded on the system.
He's like the one that.
So, there's this movie, and I can't remember exactly what it's called. I think it's like Dead Silent, and it has that puppet, a puppet on the front that's like
Dead Silence.
Dead Silence. One of the two. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I think so. Yes.
And it's about like the puppet is like the whole thing, and they go into the mansion of the person who was making the puppets.
Oh.
Oh my gosh, I'm about to
I
find.
think it
that.
is called Dead Silence.
Yeah, that was a really. I haven't seen that since it was on Netflix, but it's been years. But that was a real good movie. I don't remember it being the best quality, but that was a real good one.
Don't Breathe. You
Don't
heard of that
Breathe.
one?
Yeah, that was
The
a good one.
guy that's like blind or whatever.
Oh yeah, that's a good movie.
Michael loves talking about that one.
Or
like,
Hush.
back in the
The
day.
movie Hush.
I haven't seen that one.
The
Dude,
girl's deaf and like,
what do y'all think about Jordan Peele's movie?
I don't really care for them.
After his wife meets a grisly end, Jamie Ashen returns to their creepy hometown of Raven Fair to unravel the mystery of her murder. Once there, he discovers the legend of Mary Shaw, a murdered ventriloquist whose eerie presence still looms over the town. Dead Silence.
Yeah, that's it. That's what I watched.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it was real good back when I watched it, but like I said, it was years ago, so I couldn't really vouch for now.
Hey Gavin, did you know that you can rent it on YouTube, Google Play, Movies and TV, Vudu, and Amazon Prime, all for $3.99
Oh my
each?
gosh, for
Wow.
$3.99?
You can, if you, $15 to save you 50% more on car insurance.
Oh my god.
Did you know you can buy them on all platforms for $3.99
Did
each
you know
and watch
if
them
you
on
use
different
code
platforms?
waiting for Ascension, you get... No, I'm
No,
playing.
we're not sponsored. Not sponsored. There's no sponsor. Although
Thanks
if
to
you
our
want to
sponsor
sponsor
today,
us,
NordVPN.
Hey guys,
No,
if
no,
y'all
we're
want
not
to sponsor, I mean,
this
hit
has
us
no
up.
sponsor.
I mean, Coke Zero, if you want to hit us up, you know, it's the same great
Yeah,
taste
hit us
with
up.
this
Nike,
Zero.
Hit us up, Coke Zero.
No, Nike, we don't want your sponsorship.
Yeah, Nike sucks.
You support people kneeling for the flag.
Yeah, you suck. I hope you millennial liberals die. No, I'm kidding.
Uncultured swine. What do y'all think about that? Uh-oh. Just what do y'all think about that, like, kneeling for the flag business? Because I know I got my thoughts on it, but I'm also a soldier of the United States military.
I
I'm
think
also,
people
like,
can do what they want.
I don't talk about that kind of stuff.
All right, my
No,
opinion.
we don't get
it.
it.
No,
Like,
here's the thing,
we don't get very political in here, but I also, like,
If you have that many problems, okay, here's the thing. If you have that many problems in the United
Just move.
States that
Just
you
move
think
out.
kneeling at a flag is going to change the
Like,
world,
your own flag?
just leave. Like, just leave.
I mean, it's not that hard to change countries. I mean,
yeah, just go
I hear
to
Canada's nice.
yeah, go to Canada. We don't want you here.
What you talking about, eh?
Eh?
Figure it out.
We're smokers.
Honestly, okay, so say you couldn't, because obviously America is the best country in the entire
You know,
world.
obviously, yeah.
Obviously, that's an
It's a
obvious.
good
This is a common fact. No, it's the best country.
I'd like to go to New Zealand,
It's
though.
the best country. So, but if
Have
you,
you ever seen? There's this still on HBO, and it's also on like Amazon Prime. It's got an HBO show called I think it's called The Showroom, and it has a what's his name? One of the main dudes on Dumb and Dumber, not Jim Carrey, the other dude, something Daniels, Jeff Daniels.
Jeff Daniels.
There's this scene on YouTube, and it's like America's not the greatest country in the world anymore.
I know what
And
you're talking about.
That was a real good scene. It's a real like motivating, inspiring scene. Not by
Listen,
the fact
I'm
that
not
America
saying that-
wasn't the greatest. It was by the fact that like what it used to stand for and what it could be.
yeah, exactly. If America would get back to what it used to stand for, it would be the greatest country again.
And he kind of puts out the point. He's like, like I don't want to get very political in here.
I will.
Also to mention that I'm under an oath, so I can't like speak freely. But it just kind of points like it's like what you say we're the greatest. What are we the greatest for? And he starts naming off
Everything.
facts and
Cheeseburgers.
logistics. So he was like, you want to
Facts.
say first thing everybody says is freedom. He was like,
Big facts.
we're not the only person with freedom. Like, they
we
gotta,
have the most.
they're- we have a bunch of freedom, but we're not the only ones who have that same.
But all
like,
those other
freedom.
countries, it's like, yeah, you're free unless you do this.
Like, he was
Like it's like
um,
freedom with strings.
He was like the only thing that we're leading.
You don't think
we're
that's what it's like here?
The only thing.
Well, no, I
we
know
lead
we have
in-
certain things that it is
the
like
only
here
thing
when it
we
comes to that.
lead in is the amount of incarcerated criminals, and I think it was like the amount of drug use.
Oh yeah, okay,
Like,
no, for sure. Like,
So I mean, like
the prison system definitely needs to be fixed. That's one of the biggest
I
issues I think
I
America
have
has.
strong beliefs that we could be the absolute greatest if
Oh, of
if
course.
we set our facts straight and we push for. We have so
Of
much
course.
we have so much different kind of tearing down on each other's views that we don't like bind together and
Okay,
fight for what should
I
be
think
fought for.
I think the biggest problem in America is people don't respect the fact that we have freedom to believe whatever we want.
Mhm.
You know, like for me, like I'll make jokes or whatever, but I mean, some of the best political conversations I've had was with a completely left wing, liberal Democrat.
Yeah.
And we both
I mean, it's
respected.
good to sit
we
down
both
but
we both respected each other enough
like I
that we
said,
literally
I'm on
just
an
had
oath,
like
so I can't like say a
yeah,
bunch
we
of
had
certain
like
things.
the most civil like conversation about politics. It was the best conversation about politics I've ever had with anybody.
What do y'all think? What do you think about Waco? What do y'all think about Waco? Do y'all know the whole Waco event?
I need to watch the
I've
thing that was on Netflix.
heard-
So I
You
can
know,
refresh
you know,
myself.
like
bits
the
and
actual
pieces
facts
about it.
Now, I will
a-
say straight out before I say anything else. Waco isn't. I mean, the people. I think it's called the Davianisons or Ites or something like that. No. Anyways, their whole cult. They were not in the right. They were not doing things that I find acceptable morally.
Now, what were they doing?
So basically, it was just a cult, and everybody moved in there, and it was like hardcore worshiping
Oh,
Jesus, but he also had
yeah.
other thoughts. Like,
no, I know what the wake. Yeah, I know what
he
you're
was
talking
like,
about now.
everybody there was all the white females were his wives, and he would have kids with them, and like it portrayed him as like he would they strongly like they put out the fact he would stop having intercourse with them at any point. It became too pleasurable because he was like, it's not about the pleasure. I'm just getting.
Oh, what a liar!
So, I mean,
what a
it
liar!
It was so, and he had even the law tried to strongly sit here and prosecute him for this. Is that he married apparently he married her when she was 12, but the law they said he married her when she was 14, which in Texas that is legal if you have their parental consent. You
That's-
can marry a
Wait,
14.
what?
Yes,
Yeah.
at any age.
Oh, that's so,
So the
weird.
law, but
I think it's 15 here.
then again,
Really?
My mom got married when she was 16 to my dad.
Then
Okay,
again-
well, like I mean, there's certain like what was the
so it was
circumstance?
legal.
They just wanted to.
My dad was 10 years older than her.
My grandma, her husband was like 30. He had been like through multiple World War II and multiple other wars. He was 30 years older than her.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But that's not the point. The
Not the
point
point.
is, it was legal. So I mean, they tried to prosecute, but they were stockpiling illegal weapons. They
Oh,
were
okay.
modifying the weapons and selling and distributing them. So
Oh.
I mean, they were doing wrong. They were doing wrong both morally and legally. But the way that it was handled, I think it's the ATF, Arms, Firearm, and Tobacco. Yeah, they went in and they only had a search warrant, but yet they call in about 50, 60 men to come in with
Okay,
full military
yeah.
grade weapons.
Well,
So that
that's
right
too
there is a little too much. But the dogs, they had their dogs. The dogs didn't bite anyone. The dogs didn't attack. They simply barked. One of the AFT shot the dogs, and then they began to open complete fire of 50, 60 different people on the house.
Dogs.
They shot the dogs. They didn't sit there and they shouldn't have shot the dogs. They had no right to shoot the dogs. They had no right to complete open fire. And the person who shot it should have stood up and said, "Hey, I
Yeah.
did that. Stop."
That's crazy.
So I mean, the government had the AFT. They had broken their own rules of procedure. They had opened fire on people who they shouldn't have opened fire on. And then they literally got rid of the video evidence that was there because they had media there recording. They got rid of that and tried to say it was the cult's fault. The cult got rid of it. They portrayed them as very bad people, and they were morally in the wrong, but they weren't bad people.
yeah, I mean,
And
you
so
may not,
that ticks me off is there was no repercussions.
you may not agree with what people are doing, but as long as they're in the confines of the law, you have to at least
But-
respect they have the right to do that.
The commandment, the amendment, not commandment, the amendment,
Commandment.
the amendment of us having the right to bear
Moses.
arms was made with the meaning behind it that if we had to stand up
against government.
stand up against our government like they did back when they came here to America,
Yeah.
that we would have the arms to do so.
Absolutely.
And they didn't have the right to have illegal weaponry. There was no justifying that, but they had the right to fire back, and they had the right to defend themselves against the government breaking their own protocol.
Yeah.
And that's what I find that makes me upset the most, that they didn't just stand up and own their mistake. They didn't stop fire. They didn't stand up and do anything to try and stop what could have been prevented.
Yeah, that definitely.
And that just it upsets me a lot, because they had no right to do what they did, and they did it anyways, and they tried to get around it by blaming them, trying to ruin the evidence. Okay, just anyway.
You say Waco, I think of Joe Exotic, and I think about freeing Joe Exotic every day.
Every day he
Carol
wakes up.
Baskin.
He wakes up is like, you know what? We got to free Joe.
Anyways,
Killed her.
Yeah, so we're kind of getting to that point where we're about ready to end, but I don't want to end on that like sad Waco note. Like we gotta feel like we gotta bring this back to a positive thing.
I mean, just like it just. Okay,
All right,
anyways.
What else do you have to plug? Plug everything.
Everything Horror, Stream Warriors. I'm going to be doing this new podcast with my good friend Devin Heaton and Jay Colin. Be sure to check out my gaming videos, because y'all don't get those views.
When that movie comes.
Absolutely.
With your boy.
I better get them views.
What social medias can we follow you on to stay updated about the process of the movie and just like what you're up to?
Facebook.
Facebook's the main
He
place.
does not like using anything else.
Okay.
I don't have time for really anything else. I got Snapchat just for a few friends, but
Gotcha.
Facebook.
Gotcha. Okay, Facebook, awesome. And
Facebook,
so say your whole
I have
like,
a page for theAWESOManiac for my YouTube channel. I also have my personal page. And you were saying?
Yeah, it was just like, I don't know if you want to state your personal page publicly or not, but
Oh yeah,
You
no,
can if
it's
you
Blake Major.
like Major, awesome.
All right.
So
Yeah,
that's
uh,
another
yeah.
thing. That's another thing. If your last name's not Major.
No, it is.
Is
I was just
he was
messing
just-
with
Oh, it is. Oh, okay. I was really
It
confused.
is,
I was like, hold on.
it's not Blake Dew, okay?
It's
Yeah,
not
no,
Blake
it's
Dew.
Blake Major.
Okay,
That's my
okay.
name.
And
I legit was like, I mean, that's a creative. I like Blake Major. Like that sounds really dope. But like, where'd he come up with that?
Well, thank you. It all started about 20 years ago whenever I was born.
when I watched my
He's like, it all started when my family migrated over here and took up the surname Major.
dude, Severance freaking they got like another name, and apparently a paper company over in like Germany or something.
Oh
You
my
ever heard about
god.
that? It's so weird.
I know about Severin being named after a
Dude, we gotta get
German
Severin on the
violinist.
podcast.
Kingery is a good last name. I like that. That's cool.
screw him though.
Yeah, he won't come on the pod. Severin, you have to listen to every episode before we
Severin,
let
you
on.
suck.
He doesn't listen to the
Severin,
podcast.
I'm not even
I
Mexican.
don't care.
He says, I don't have time. Boy, you better
What?
listen
Where,
to
Gordon?
the podcast.
What the hell else are you doing?
He has no job. He won't even play Minecraft with me anymore. Okay, don't give me that look. I'm a huge Minecraft player.
I am too. But my deal's more of like, whenever I have nothing better to do, I'll just
I
like
play
sit
it
down. But I don't
religiously.
I
play
have nothing better to
religiously.
do. I'll watch Nolan North and Troy Baker play The Last of Us.
I
True.
tried playing The Last of Us. I don't like
That is
third
my
person.
favorite
I
game
like
of the
third person.
2010s.
Oh yeah.
It's a good game. I like watching gameplay. I just don't like playing third person.
All right. Well, guys, that is it for this week. We thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you check out the other episodes. You can follow us at Waiting for Ascension on Instagram. We'll have all the links for the description, all of Blake's links, all of Gavin's links, all of my links, and we will see you guys next week.
All right.
Bye.
Peace.